here we go right here. This is probably going to be one of the most, if not the most important video that I can make in this day and time. Now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 20 months from now, 24 months from now, this video basically is going to stand the test of time because it's always going to be a nice little measuring stick, a little like gauge on where the meter is going as far as like progression. So basically, this is my second video that I've put up here. I got two more planned, maybe four more, before I start diving into actual like topics and stuff. But basically, as the title suggests, this is the self-made challenge go, or in other words, the self-made challenge. Now, I'm just using this right here as a way to explain what all of this is for. So, the self-made challenge, it may sound self-explanatory. Like it's basically like it's a challenge to become self-employed or financial situation, your financial freedom, which is what you're working towards, and financial stability. So three things. Those are the big things. There's other stuff too. But what this challenge is going to do, right, is going to help you build a consistent, it's not a schedule, but it's more so like a consistent cycle. But it's not a cycle that you're considering bad to be stuck in. It's not something that you consider it's something you want to get out of. It's actually something you want to be in. So it's a positive cycle that this is going to build because it's a 6 month challenge. It is January 26th right now. And 6 months from now, wait, May, June, July. So July, for me at least, whenever you're seeing this, you can start right now. Just write the date down. And then for 6 months, basically, you have to consistently work towards something. Now, you can set a time, like an amount of time that you're going to work towards whatever this thing is every day, right? It could be a hobby, it could be a business venture, it could be anything. In my case, it's turning a multitude of different hobbies into business ventures, right? Along with actual projects and business ventures in themselves that aren't really like hobbies, but yeah, basically as I am now, um, I don't have a lot of anything. I'm still living at home. Uh, I just approached like young adulthood. Basically, by the end of this year, I will be able to. If you use like U.S. like United, like that type of like legalities as far as like buying certain things like I don't know like cigarettes or alcohol, I'll be able to do that legally. Time is very precious. Some you don't get back, but it's always spent. That is your most precious currency. So I'm going to take it a lot more seriously. And for the next 6 months, every day, I've already been doing it since the second, but I haven't actually had a chance to document and put it out there. By making this video and putting it out there, I'm basically forcing myself or guaranteeing that I'm actually going to stick to this because I'm notorious for starting things and not finishing them or going through the brainstorm process, then the idea process, and then I have everything I need, but I just don't start. So, with this challenge, the self made challenge, all it is basically helping you gain control of your life again. Now, it might take longer than 6 months, it might take 8 months, it might take 14 months, but those 6 months are still imperative because it helps you build the good habits that'll keep this cycle going in a positive way. You don't have to worry about, breaking habits because you'll develop those habits by the end of this. So in my case, by the end of July, I'll come back and I'll make a follow up and then I'll compare how I am now, what kind of things I've done. Because right now I don't have any loot. I got nothing. Like as far as things in my name, bro, all I have is basically a car and a storage. That's it. Everything else is kind of just like random stuff. Like, say for instance, like earbuds, stuff that doesn't you don't really have a name on in legal printing, right? So basically, to wrap all this up, I'm basically challenging myself to be consistent. In my case, I'm basically going to wake up at a certain time every single day, and I'm going to try and make progress forward and not stand still and not stand steadfast. Instead, always going forward and always pushing towards the finish line. And then when I cross that finish line, it's time to go to a different track and cross that finish line. And it's just going to endlessly go over until I expire. And I'm posting this because hopefully we're all in the same place, you know. And what I mean by hopefully is this can find the right people. So when I get the results, when I make the change, and when I develop and I get far, you can see where I started from. I'm starting pretty much like negative balance. I made a mistake the other day. Deposited some money and it was gone just like that. Transferred it to the wrong account. I transferred to the negative one, not to the one that had like what, 50 cents in it or something like that. And it's gone now. So yeah, I'm only getting older. This needs to happen. It needs to happen. So with this challenge, basically for the next 6 months, so if you want to say each month is 30 days, even though it's not, 180 days, close to 200 days. Hopefully I'm right on that. But that is more than enough time to make some sort of progress. And as I am now, I've probably gained like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and it's all here. It's all in the gut. It's all up in here. Like, yeah, it kind of just, nah, I gotta do something about that. But with the type of body that I have and the type of body I want, you need time, consistency, effort, and a diet that you can afford. And I can't afford it right now, nor do I got the time. So I'm working on that. There's always something to work towards. So basically, once I make the short version of this is like the full version, but this is the self-made challenge. And the whole purpose of it is to just get you started. And then even in those 6 months, if you don't get where you wanted to be, the point is that you started. And you got 6 months of consistent effort put into it. You want to start a business, do it. You want to have a business venture, you want to turn a hobby into a career, do that. So that's all I got. And with that being said, take what you need, leave what you don't, turn to gold.